Hello everybody, welcome back to a little bit more WoW. Sorry I kind of dipped out over the weekend again. I didn't intend to stream, just had, a couple rough days. But we're back. Final, well, like 12 hours I think WoW had just tweeted before Shadowlands launches. I figured we'd make use of all of the alts that we've leveled up during, the end of PFA period. So just go and run all the dungeons and stuff. I mean, we basically started this whole thing to mount farm and record that and capture reactions and progress and stuff, so it feels kind of fitting to what is essentially end off BFA and kind of the pre-patch and everything with one final just run at everything we've been trying to get for months really. So hopefully this is fun. I'm just gonna take my glasses off. I'm wearing blue light glasses and stuff a whole bunch, just because my eyes getting dry from staring at screens all the time, because if I'm not streaming, am I in Dalaran on this character? I am. Interesting. Pretty sure this character has actually done ICC already, so we're actually gonna send him elsewhere. But yeah, we're gonna run ICC on a bunch of alts. I think everything. Well, I've got 5 alts that can run ICC, and then Greg over here can only run Karazhan and Onyxia. But yeah, should be fun. Ugh. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey over the past few months of doing this. We went from having kind of very few mounts up to the 200 mark. We sort of bypassed that at some point. I've been kind of drifting in and out of different stuff since then. Started doing the Lawmaster thing, we leveled up all these alts, which still, in comparison to what some people have, is very few, but it feels good. It feels like we made a lot of progress in this, end of BFA period. Trying to think what else we did. We did some, random off-Battle Pet stuff occasionally. We never actually did a full Battle Pet stream, kind of ran out of time for that now. But made some good progress on the Battle Pets thing, to be honest. Did a couple holiday things along the way. I still enjoy doing the holiday stuff. We need to do, I guess, Pilgrim's Bounty that starts today as well. Started today, 3 hours ago. But, yeah. It's been an interesting ride. I am kind of out of it right now, I'll be honest. But I wanted to get one less stream done before we get Shadowlands tonight. I did toy with the idea of staying up for the actual launch like I did for Classic and stuff, but I think I'm just gonna give it a pass. I'm just not not up to that right now. I think I'll probably do what I did during the pre-patch stuff when that started, and suddenly there were queue times of getting into play WoW and stuff. Was if you just get on early enough, UK time, you kind of get on in this sweet spot where most of the other people in Europe are kind of going to bed, so nobody's in the queue, and you can just sort of sneak in ahead of the queue. And then you just stay logged in for the whole day. You don't have to worry about it. That's my plan. Is I'm hoping I can get up early enough tomorrow, get in the queue if there is one, and therefore be ready to stream by the time I get out of the queue. Or just completely bypass the queue and go straight into Shadowlands. Whenever I get in, I will just start streaming, so it might be a stream at 9 o'clock in the morning, but it'll be a stream. Because I want to stream my my main playthrough at least. On Boris going like Necrolord and stuff. I'm not super bothered about doing all the alt storylines and stuff on stream. I figure if people really want like loads of Shadowlands lore and stuff, they'll probably just go and watch Novel and things anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna be filling any sort of niche with that. I'm actually curious if this character can even do Mythic Karazhan. Yeah, I'll probably just do my my main stuff rather, because that feels like oh, he's kind of been the focus of the channel since it started, so, well, since it started this time, that's more accurate. Oh, he does struggle a little bit against just everything. I'm hoping the leech can just keep this character alive.
I do not have a target.
Yeah, this is a Death Knight ult. I think I started him on stream actually ages ago. It's another Ponkers. The like weird backstory in my head is that he's like Boris's dad who was raised as a Death Knight or whatever. Also, I just thought Greg Ponkers was a dumb name and it's a gnome, so there you go. It's the full backstory. Let's pull everything here. Yeah, I actually started playing this again just a couple days ago. I was living with Kyle, he started an Arcane Mage. Because I hadn't played this character in ages, I kind of fell out of interest with the whole Death Knight thing. I just got kind of bored playing Unholy. Which I do a lot with different classes and I come back to them later and I really like them, so it's just a matter of like, I guess how I'm feeling at the time, whether the playstyle fits with me. But I switched over to Blood to like tank for him, because as a mage he was super squishy and kept like getting killed by mobs and stuff. So I thought it'd be helpful to come over and play Blood and just try out like tanking just for a single person, because I'd never tanked before. Just wanted to give it a go and see what it was like. I ended up really enjoying like the playstyle of Blood, because it's just, you're basically a vampire. You just stand there and like leech all the blood off of your enemies and put down pools of blood and set off plagues and all the rest of the stuff. Like, it's really cool. Like, the fantasy's really interesting and the way it plays and your survivability is super cool. And also the fact you can just grab aggro off of everything, like, instantly, seemingly, as Blood Death Knight, which they're a tank class, so you'd hope they'd be able to get some pretty good threat. I just really enjoyed it. And then, I actually tanked my first dungeon as this character. I think it was Saturday night. And once I got past, like, the stress of it, because first time tanking, I was super nervous that I was going to mess it up and, like, you know, get the team killed and all the rest of it. It actually went really well, apart from one boss, which everyone other than the healer forgot the mechanics for. So that wasn't entirely my fault. I did also forget the mechanics, which as the tank, not great, but I was the only one who didn't die to the mechanics until the very end. I'm still saying it was the DPS's fault. But no, it's really fun. I actually kind of want to tank more, and I'm kind of considering playing Blood as my, like, my other alt in Shadowlands. Because for the first part, at least, like, you know, until I've finished everything, I kind of just want to focus on, like, one or two characters. Obviously, Boris is my main, and then I kind of want to try out... I kind of want to have, like, one main alt of each type of class. So having Blood as my like tanking one, and then having maybe Druid or Paladin as like a healer. That means I'll always be able to get at least one guaranteed slot in like raids and stuff, because I'll have a role I can play and know how to play it. Say the guild is missing a tank for whatever reason, then I can fill that role. If it needs a healer, then I can drop into that as well. So that's kind of my plan. To get like a major ult for each role, I suppose. Ah, okay. That doesn't interrupt or anything. Interesting. Don't want to get caught in that again. I'm stuck against the wall. Yeah, I think it'll be good to do everything with the main first, the hunter. Because then it'll allow me to learn the mechanics and learn the dungeons. And then I can do them as healer as well, sort of reinforce that. And then finally go through it all again as a tank. And actually be able to lead groups and stuff. I have actually kind of missed being in that leadership role, weirdly. It was something I kind of fell into during my time at uni, having to like lead group projects and stuff, because just nobody else would do it, pretty much. And found that I actually quite enjoy being in that position. Sort of getting everybody to actually get on with things. There's a little bit of a different feeling with like random pugs and stuff, where it's kind of difficult to communicate, and half the time people just won't talk to you. It's something I'm gonna have to learn to work around, I suppose. One thing that is very satisfying about the Mechanome Blood Death Knight thing is just their scream when you taunt as well. They just sound so dumb. I love them. I also do have a Mechanome Mage, I think I made? I still need to go through with. My like long plan, which is gonna probably be a while now with Shadowlands being tonight. But my long plan is to eventually have an ult of like every spec. So that way I have an understanding of how every individual spec within a class is played, not just kind of one part of that, if that makes sense. Which I feel like will be more beneficial in the long run for things like PvP and stuff, because then I understand how they're going to react to me doing things. And also if I end up leading groups and stuff, then it's a matter of like picking who fits what better and things. I do also just kind of want to give them all a go. But second half of the pre-patch event was a little more interesting. We've still only, well, I've still only seen like 3 zombies. Actually, no, 5. I apologize. I've seen 3 in Stormwind and 2 in Borealis for the entire event. I did see a Wowhead article about the fact that people were like spawn killing players in whatever the starting zone's called, the human one. I can never remember the name of it. Northshire or something like that. So, I mean, I guess that would explain why I've not seen them in anywhere interesting, because they're just spawn camping the new players. Which kind of sucks. I feel like those areas should probably be, you know, protected, so that players can't be spawn killed when they're making their characters and things. Which I'm sure they are, like, I'm sure those zones are classed as PvP safe zones or whatever, so players can't just be killed by other players. So I don't understand why they wouldn't have done the same thing for the zombies. Or I could be wrong on that, I guess. But also, if I am wrong on that, why? Why would they not make the starting zones like PvP safe zones? It seems like the most logical thing to do. Oh yeah, I should probably kill all of the charges first. Let's just clear out the room. To be honest, I'm hoping this is going to be the slowest run of all of these things, playing a, you know, a Death Knight who have just no maneuverability whatsoever. My bloodworms just killed that pack of horses for me. Thank you. That is kind of a jarring thing of going from being a hunter, one of probably the fastest classes in the game, to a Death Knight who just walks everywhere. You don't have anything, apart from like Death's Advance, which doesn't really do all that much. It's like a really bad cheater speed. I can't find him in this. Oh, there he is. So I can't find him in this pack of mobs, but I did. Oh, also, just summon all of the minions. This almost completely ungeared Death Knight. Oh. What even is that? Oh, it's just a gem? Fuck off. Yeah, this almost ungeared Death Knight. Completely fine in that fight. Put a warrior there during BFA with slightly not enough good gear. Just fucking dead immediately. This is my Hearthstone? Oh, okay. It's an inn, apparently. Oh, there are some dead people here. Dead people on the roofs, apparently. Right, Onyxia. Caverns of Time is closer, isn't it? And can I boot it? The Mage Court is under attack because the zombies are rushing the portal room again. All one of them. And there are actually dead people around, but there never seems to be any zombies near the dead people. I think they just like super nerfed the whole zombie thing. So you basically have to let yourself get killed in order to turn into a zombie in order to spread the thing. Which, if you have players around that just don't want to deal with it, they're just going to instantly kill you as a zombie, and then problem solved, there aren't any. Because, I mean, the zombies in Stormwind I did kill. Because you just send your hunter pets after them, and they can't do anything. I don't think they can even infect the pets. So you just send the pets after them, spam all of your abilities on the pet that just makes the pet do a shitload of damage. And they can't do anything.
Where there was no cornfield, no memory.
One thing I do actually need to do is set up a threat meter for this character, considering it's my tank. I did set up this, like, new action bar thing, which has a bunch of, like, shift and control buttons and stuff on it. Just to kind of limit the amount I need to keep moving my hand around the bar. To be honest, I could probably do with a second one, or putting more abilities on control keys, just because I've got things like anti-magic zone and barrier that I don't, or shell that I don't use all that often. Oh, it also got the corpse exploder ability the other day, but this has kind of come in handy. I basically just wanted to reduce the amount I needed to, like, keep moving my hands around, pretty much. So I could use abilities as quickly as possible. So I set up this bar that just allows me to just move my mouse from, like, the center of the screen straight to a clicking range. Because generally I have my mouse in the middle to, like, move camera around and stuff. And then also set it up on the shift and control keys, so I don't even need to do that necessarily.
No memory.
Which makes sure I'm on 25. Well, it's normal, isn't it, for Onyxia? Pretty sure she doesn't have no heroic. Yes. I was worried I jumped just a second too early, but I nailed it. I'm actually not sure what Covenant I'm gonna pick on this Death Knight. I'm kind of leaning towards Venthia just for, like, aesthetics, with the whole, like, vampire theme of Blood Death Knights anyway, right? It would certainly be fitting for this character to go Venthia. But I'm not actually sure, like, which one's supposed to be the good Covenant for them. I kind of reached the point where I just stopped caring, which is the, like, the high DPS one. Although I might have to care again for, like, my tank and healer. Just because if I want to get into, like, any sort of pugs and stuff, then I'm probably going to need to. Yeah, I kind of reached that point with my main where I just stopped caring about it, because I know I really want to go Necrolord on the Hunter, so that's what, you know, it's the Covenant I'm picking. But then I also have all my backup Hunters, so... if I want to get into Pug stuff, I at least have one Hunter that'll be able to get me into stuff. And since Hunter's the class I main, it's the one I know how to play the most. Makes sense to care about that one. Jesus. Frame rate. We got nothing. To the head of Onyxia. What a disappointing item. Sure, I'll take that back to Stormwind. Sack of gems. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm not sure what's good for Death Knight. I need to look it up. You'd hope, with Shadowlands coming out tonight, that we've kind of reached the settling point for which covenants are the like really good ones. I am curious how the unlocks for the covenants work. Like, if the armor sets are specific to the character that picks the covenant, or, for example, with me having hunters for every covenant, if I'm going to get every male set, and then I can mix and match and have a weird fucking rainbow covenant transmog, or what? And also mounts, are they locked to the characters that are part of that covenant, or are they, you know, kind of shared across all your characters? Something I haven't looked into, so genuinely curious on that. Suppose I will find out tomorrow. Although, I guess by the time this goes out on YouTube, yesterday. Or today. Yeah, let's just do all the slow boys first, get them out of the way. Then we can just speed through everything with the demon hunters and the hunters. If we somehow manage to hit everything before the 3-hour mark, then I might have to fill some time with like Firelands and stuff. Or Ulduar. Still need the mounts from both of those. Wait, I just got an achievement on this character called the Mask Task? Oh. Those are Headless Horseman achievements from Halloween. Thanks, LVOI. I always forget it remembers your conversations. Strange. Oh yeah, I've been slowly making more progress towards the Loremaster stuff, like off stream. Just leveling a couple characters and stuff up. Oh. I just noticed OBS is having some weird issues right now with me flying over Elwyn. Apparently me flying over Elwyn is too intensive. On my end, this is like a crisp 60 FPS. Apparently it's just really weeding it out on the stream. I do apologize. I'm hoping that that isn't the case in the recording either, because in the OBS window, it looks fine. Like, it's nice and smooth, it's pretty much how I see the game. And then, Twitch window, just stuttering occasionally, like... I don't know, I don't feel like that's a CPU issue, I feel like that's, internet. If it's fine on both my screen and the OBS window. Right, let's just make sure everything is set to something decent. Pretty sure Karazhan will just squish everything down anyway. Apparently I haven't caught a Restless Shadeling here. Like I say, I've been slowly collecting the battle pets and stuff. Kind of just while I've been questing, because you actually get XP for winning pet battles. So I'm like, oh, I can tick off that pet and get some XP, speed up my leveling. Or they should just have like a crappy team of 25 pets. Yeah, these two that give a mount eventually, which I'm still working towards, and then the core hound pup, which I can't remember if that was for. That might be authenticator pet. Just got a purple off the random mobs, not even the boss. Leather as well. It looks like a plate gauntlet and it's leather. Sure. Even look like. Those are quite nice as well, actually. That's unfortunate. Wait, it's soulbound as well, even though it dropped off a random mob? Really? I thought if it was like a random drop, then they would bind on equip normally. It's mythic, right? Yeah. I've not actually got any of the plate drops off this first boss. Whoa! Did you see that? There was an inverted midnight for some reason when I hovered over the midnight thing. That actually looked really cool. I'd be surprised if there isn't an inverted midnight somewhere in the game. As a mount from something. Considering the midnight mount looks pretty cool. Especially the updated one. Oh yeah, I still have the in-game music turned on. Well, we just got this interlude for now, until more synthwave plays. I actually turned it back on again the other night when we were questing through stuff, because I've had it turned off for ages with streaming and playing my own music and stuff in the background. It's actually kind of nice listening to the game music again. It was after Blizzard put out their lo-fi Shadowlands stuff. Which is really cool, by the way. If you haven't seen that or listened to it, the artwork for it is really cool. They've done like lo-fi remixes of all the zone music. One for each covenant. It's just really chill music to listen to. The animation's really cool. There's also like little hidden things in the background of all the artwork as well, like little references to other things. I think it's Pepe the bird from WoW. WoD, there we go. Is in the background of one of them. I'm hoping to do more stuff like that, to be honest. Just really nice, chill music to play WoW to. Why do I never get gear that's relevant to my... That would have been perfect for a hunter. Not playing the hunter, playing a warrior.
Too far away. I require a target.
Apologies for that. Someone just decided they need to fix something on the landing. Hope you enjoyed the cinematic beating up of a bunch of ghosts in Karazhan. Also, at some point I disabled health bars. by accident. Inescapable dread, yes. Of being alive. It's terrible gear as well. Unfortunate. Let's see, we got zombies and Borealis? I'll check the port to Silithus as well, because we're right here. Any zombies? There's about 4 people here, so no. Oh, there's a few in here. Not a whole lot. Jesus, I was just looking back on that on stream, that was super stuttery. What the hell? Maybe I should try, like, some different streaming software? It's gonna be a pain, because I have everything nicely set up in OBS now, but... Oh, I should have gone top. Oh, well. I'm going this way now. Yeah, I barely got any of those essences, I'll be honest. This character, I think, doesn't even have any other than the main one. Yep, he literally just has 1 essence. Boris has a few. Just never bothered with collecting them and stuff, to be honest. Kind of played BFA in a weird way. Well, like, I played it before Ajara came out, then I kind of stopped playing when Ajara came out, because I really didn't like Nazjatar. Then came back to it kind of like a few weeks after the Zoth stuff was finished. So I kind of just missed all the major things. So I had no idea what was going on half the time. And just had to try and kind of piece together what it was I was supposed to do. I didn't feel like a lot of the information was properly given to the player. Especially not when you come back and you're bombarded with like 4 different quest lines you have to do every time. It just feels like you're being toured and told to go in like several different directions and you're trying to get through all of it and it's like, what the fuck am I actually doing? Where do I go to progress? I think BFA was kind of a little awkward for doing that. Once you kind of figured out what was going on, it wasn't too bad, but it was just that like initial coming back and being like, what is going on? Like when I left, we were fighting the Horde, now we're fighting a giant squid. Like, there was just no... I don't know, it didn't really feel like there was a whole lot of connective tissue if you like dropped out and came back again. And replaying some of the BFA storyline stuff, they did set up the whole N'Zoth stuff like at the start of the expansion in like Borealis. Turgod Sound, like the very end bit. And Storm Song. Like, it's all very connected to the 2 patches that came later and the whole rest of the story. It's just the gameplay elements of it felt very disconnected, I guess. I think we can go run ICC after this in this character, actually. I also haven't done the pre-patch event on any of the other characters. Because I started doing it, and I was contemplating doing it on some alts and stuff to get like the transmogs and bits and pieces. And then I just realised that none of the gear is going to matter within like an hour of Shadowlands starting. Because we have actually got the item levels of those items in Shadowlands. Like the leveling gear is like 40 item levels higher than the stuff you get from the pre-patch event. So it doesn't really feel like there's any point camping the rares and stuff unless you want to get the bag and the mount. But you get a chance at the mount once a day anyway, per alt. But depending on how many alts you've got what, like 50 shots at getting the mount? As it is. It was cool to see all the like characters from Wrath and stuff coming back again. It just didn't really feel like there was much point doing the pre-patch event on anything other than my main. I give my main a bit of an advantage. Fair enough, but I feel like doing it on the alts is just kind of a bit of a waste. Ooh. Oh, come on. Why is that a paladin helmet? I mean, I know it's a paladin helmet, but like... I just want the helmet. I would like to put together like a classic gear set and stuff. I did actually start farming Molten Core again, like the start of last week, because I stopped doing it for ages. I actually really want to try and get Thunder Fury and maybe get Sulfuros as well, but I feel like Sulfuros is going to be a longer grind, weirdly. But they're saying that, I think I've got like half the components already. Some of them are super easy to get. It's just waiting for things like the eye and the blueprints and stuff to drop. Why did it mount me on a flightless bird? I can fly in Legion now, game. Okay. Let's see if there's any zombies over here in Dalaran, I guess. No. Bizarre. I can't even see if the rares are even still here, because this character's not even done the quest line. Does it show them on my map still? It does. I haven't seen Crick Thea. Pretty sure I have. Pretty sure I've killed all of them once. At the very least.
true vision in a world cursed with blindness.
What is this
That hangs over this world like a shroud upon its house. This shall be our resting place. All part of the master's plan. Your will is inevitable.
Could it be, Lord Brother? If Bolvar lives, mayhap there is hope for peace between the Alliance and the Horde. We must reach the top of this cursed place and free the Paladin!
By the light, it must be so.
Prepare the Skybreaker for an aerial assault on the Citadel! Heroes, you must fight your way to a clear extraction point within Icecrown. We'll try and rendezvous on the ramparts. Fire up the engines. We got a meeting with Destiny, lads. Hold on to your hats! What in the world is that? Grab me spyglass. By me own people. Horde sailing in fast and hot! Events in action! And the guns! Cowardly crazy, I can join this Onward, brothers and sisters! What's this then? You won't be taking this son of Iron Force just out about the fight! But I got a score to settle the parts, and you're not getting in the way. Fire! All guns! Fire! Fire! Let's get a move on then! Move out!
Hello again. Hopefully, we can get through the rest of the stream without having to mute again. Hopefully. I'm actually kind of curious what tanking is like on Warrior. Also, I have new abilities I don't have on my bar, apparently. Shows you how much I've been playing Warrior during the pre-batch. I didn't even know I had new abilities. Got loads. Bunch of them require me to have a shield. Which, you know, I don't have as a Fury Warrior, but that's okay. Are there Fury talents too? Nope. I am happy we got ranks back for spells. It's something really small, but I really like it as a concept. It's one of those things from Classic that's just really nice. It's satisfying to see your abilities getting stronger as well as, like, you know, you unlocking better abilities, but just the abilities that you have become more effective as you become more proficient as your specific class or whatever, right? Like, that's the idea of leveling up. So it's cool to see that actually reflected in your skills as you unlock, like, rank 2 and rank 4 and all the rest of it as you keep getting better and better. Yeah, no, I was just wondering what it's like to play. Just warrior tank. Also, I've noticed that red diamond keeps popping up now. I don't know if that's just the thing of like, oh, you have taunt on this thing, or you have aggro or whatever. You get bleed abilities, reduces all damage. You've got a bunch of like damage reduction. And you've got like a big sweep attack. Makes sense. I'm wondering if if you still have the basic rotation, I'm guessing you can heal through that. Is intervene an interrupt? Intercepting all melee damage attacks against them. Oh, okay. No, it's like a tanking ability.
Because that's no ordinary gas cloud.
Oh, damn. Getting loads of bits today. Aren't these all part of the set for this place? It's a ways down in Ice Crown. Oh, these are part of a plate set for here, but they're not part of the warrior set. I think they might be the Death Knight set. Interesting, you can get those as a warrior then. Yeah, I'm guessing that does mean I've got aggro on them. Because all the ones that are coming from me have got red dots on them. It's interesting that that has popped up on the warrior and not the Death Knight. That's actually the tank.
Secure the deck and prepare our soldiers for an assault on the upper citadel. I'll send out another regiment.
Yeah, the warrior set for Ice Crown looks kind of cool. It's very boar themed, which is an odd animal to pick. Don't get me wrong, I do like pigs and stuff we've mentioned before, but I don't know, I feel like there are more threatening animals for like a Citadel of the Damned gear set. So I've just noticed that those look very similar to the prisons from Burning Crusade. The ones from Alcatraz or whatever it's called. Isn't it the Alcatraz, something like that. Just a knockoff Alcatraz, right?
So many delightful possibilities.
Bad news, everyone.
I'm trying to see if it makes sense for them to reuse the asset and just apply different materials to it. I was doing that a little bit with the game jam I was doing. I still need to go back and finish that. Which I do intend to do. Because I was really enjoying working on it. But yeah, a lot of the time you can just take meshes and models from one thing and just reuse them with slightly different materials and it creates a completely different asset and effect. So I'm surprised if they do just reuse things like that. There's got to be a threat indicator.
Foolish mortals. You thought us defeated so easily. The
I was kind of hoping there'd be an option within LVUI to make the threat indicator be like the entire health bar, but I guess that little dot will do.
and destroy our enemies.
No memory.
Naxanar was merely a setback.
Not where I can put the threat meter. I'll figure that out in a second.
Karazhan will have his vengeance will flow.
I mean, I'm always going to be top of it because I'm the only person here, but...
No memory.
Wait, is there no option for threat? You can have it track the amount of reses that people have done. Why do I need... Unique power generated, alternate power.
You have made an
Okay.
unwise decision.
Guess I'd get Skada back then, considering that can actually do more things.
No, my hunger. We were all getting longer. So
I have to close this window. That's another thing. I don't think Death Knights have any way to just avoid fall damage like pretty much every other class does now.
Even dying here beats spending another day collecting reagents for that madman Finkelstein.
And Death Knights can do that double jump thing. Others have the back step, warriors have the leap. They just have blink. Priests have slow fall.
you are nothing more than a traitor. Come, your second death approaches.
So I would imagine. Wait, did all of them die? No, 2 of them made it.
Foolish croc. You brought my reinforcements with you. Arise, argent champions, and serve the king in death.
I'm out of range.
That's...
What? They died so
I would say I would read the Shadowlands book after I finish the stream and just try and like blast through it. But I think what I'm actually going to do is try and finish leveling the druid. Because she's so close, she's level 47. And since the leveling changes, I felt like things were leveling really slowly when I was playing some of my alts. It actually turns out I've just been leveling in like the 2 expansions that are the least efficient to level through, and therefore are really slow. Because both Wrath and Burning Crusade apparently spread their things out, like their quests, so much that it takes so long to level in those expansions, whereas like BFA, Legion, WoD all have their quests all tightly packed together, and then also have the zone event things that you can do that also reward XP. The WoD one's got nerfed, but there's still more of those things around than there is in any of the expansions prior. And I think WoD is still the most efficient to level, like it's the fastest. I think it might be tied with, I can't remember if it's Legion or BFA that it's tied with. And then whichever one isn't tied with it is just after. And I think MOP is also apparently quite quick. Which would make sense, because MOP does seem very contained with the way it does its questing. Like, the hubs have a lot of stuff just like tightly packed together in them. Whereas, like, especially doing Shadowmoon, where we did that over like 3 streams to get through all of Shadowmoon, because the quests just take so long. They send you literally everywhere and back again. And I've been noticing that with some of the Wrath quests. They kind of just go all over the place. Like, some of the zones in Wrath are super fast. Was it Borean Tundra, the starting one for everybody? That zone feels like it goes really fast, because everything's kind of compacted together. Whereas then you get to, like, Ice Crown, and you're flying backwards and forwards over the entire zone over and over again. Oh, I do actually have to turn throw. Oh, wow. Okay, thanks, game. Turned all the way around, pressed 7, just does nothing. Good. That's what I wanted. Oh, heroic leaps down. Unfortunate. Just want to loot this pile before I kill the other one. Nada. This weird overlap of fantasy music and synthwave is kind of odd. I'm just going to turn it off. Sometimes it works and it's quite good, like the mixing of the two, and then other times it's just completely awful. Like it's just random noise. Right, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break, back in 2 seconds. Hello, everybody. Right. Should probably vendor stuff. Before we go any further. Yeah, weapons, we can just get rid of everything. I can sell that, my mana. Plate stuff, I will just... oh, I can save everything other than plate. I just don't know which bits and pieces of the plate stuff I have and haven't got. Let's see. How much gold have we actually got across everybody now? 60,000? Not too bad. It's nothing in comparison to what other people seem to have in the community, considering they can buy shit like a fucking 5 million gold Brontosaurus or whatever the fuck it is. But things seem to definitely sell more on the auction house now. I guess because everyone's coming back, making a lot more sales on Boris. Which is good, because I have like 2,000 Netherweave cloth to shift that I picked up from doing all the Lawmaster stuff over there. Yeah, I think I'll definitely be shifting most of my alt leveling now to like WoD Legion and BFA, with them just being far faster. Probably do some of the more Lawmaster stuff in future and just clear up the rest of Northrend. Probably with a Marksman Hunter, honestly. Like the speed that I cleared through those classic zones with that Marksman Hunter, just popping barrage off and just sweeping everything. That is definitely how we're going to do the rest of the Lawmaster stuff. To be fair, the Druid might be really good for it as well. Especially with that uncapped like AoE and stuff. Just flying around, dropping in and out of flight form, just barraging everything with whatever their spell's called, Starfall or whatever. Because I do still need to get through like all of Kalimdor. Well, I suppose it might be worth doing some of that stuff on like a Horde alt or something. I just realised the bar isn't in the correct place on this character at all. Nice. Alright. Let's see what we get from the first Lich King goodie bag. Once Tyrion finally decides to pop out of his little ice cube over there. What's he got 2 stacks of on him? Remorseless Winter. Oh, okay. He's actually hurting me as well on this character. Holy shit. It just slowly tick down like a percent, or 0.1% at a time. It's insane how much of a difference item level makes. I mean, it makes sense, but still. Same level doing the same content, but completely different results. I think I'd actually started doing this on the warrior. The Borean Tundra stuff. Principle's the only thing that I can get from him. Oh. Oh, it was this character. I've done everything but deter the blue dragonfly and participant observation.
Grant me one final blessing.
Which, the deter stuff is there, and the blue dragonfly is around this bit.
Bonds.
And then observation, I think, is up here. Because I've done everything in the observation part of the quest chain on the druid now. I'm pretty sure that area up the top is where you first meet the guy in the Murloc suit, who pops up in like every expansion since.
All lives will be consumed by your hatred.
Well, I got exalted with the Ashen Verdict, that's nice. And also some boots. Cannot equip. In combat with who? This corpse of the Lich King. Sure, okay, I'm leaving. This corpse is preventing me from putting on shoes, apparently. Oh, it might be because DBM skipped the cutscene automatically, which caused it to break. No, apparently I'm still in combat, so I can't equip shoes. Right, next ult. I also can't log out because I'm in combat. Right, okay. Let's try leaving the instance then, I guess. Apparently I'm in combat with something. I'm gonna have to turn off whatever that setting is in DBM that's skipping cutscenes. Okay, I'm out of combat now. These new shoes look like Kraken Greaves. Ooh, it's green versions of the things I already have twice. Wonderful. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, log out. Oh, and turn off that setting in DBM. I'll do that on another level. It's fine. Alright, we did Greg. We've done Gavlan. Let's switch over to a hunter. Who's also already in Wrath. Wonderful. Go straight to ICC then. I think this was the other alt that I went to start doing the pre-patch event with and then just stopped. I think I got him some stuff. Enough to be like my my backup hunter. Apparently Blood Queen is around. She's over there. This character's still got a lower item level than the warrior though. Then he has a bunch of 100 gear and a 110 ring. Also, I don't know if anybody else has this issue with LVUI, but randomly the size of the text within my chat window changes between alts. I'm not sure what that's about, or if that's a thing I can fix, or why it's doing it. But just randomly it goes from kind of like a nice, kind of like the same size font as my like quest log, and then suddenly it switches to like the same size text as the Blood Queen Lanafel rare text size. Like it goes from small but legible to fucking Comic Sans level of in your face. Just between alts for no real reason. I have dismissed my current pet game. Cute. Right. Options. EBM features?
This is the beginning and the end, mortal. The skin on me will master the life of this world. As a swarm of
I'm pressing. Oh, I'm stuck in a web, right? That's why I can't do anything. I was gonna say I was using my AoEs and just nothing was happening.
They will know that we fought with honor, that we fought for the freedom and safety of our people.
Got a damaged necklace.
Remember,
Right.
heroes, fear is your greatest enemy.
Oh, okay. Requires Northrend jewel crafting 1, which I don't have.
Our march upon Ice Crown Citadel begins
You have found your way here because you are among the few gifted with true vision in a world cursed with blindness.
I'm very confused why this is just randomly skipping cutscenes. Can't seem to see an option that turns it off.
finish what I started at Light's Hope.
Okay, that does nothing. Apparently I've only got the Shadowlands one installed, but there doesn't seem to be an option to turn that off. I might just have to get rid of DBM again. I've only just got it back again because of like being like, oh, maybe I should get it for the new content so I know what I'm doing and all the new dungeons and raids, but it's just gonna skip cutscenes for me, then I don't want it. I'd rather just be a dumb idiot in dungeons and actually get to experience the story. I mean, I normally skip the Arthas one anyway, but still.
hold on to your hat.
Well... See if I can find where the option to turn it off is. From 2016, someone was asking this question. Wonderful.
The Skybreaker for an aerial assault on the Citadel. Grab me spyglass, crewman. Heroes, you must fight your way to a clear extraction point within Ice Crown. We'll try and rendezvous on the ramparts. Man the guns! Coward, don't say I didn't warn you, scoundrels. Onward, brothers and sisters! This is not your battle. What's this then? You won't be taking this on an Iron Force. Not me about to fight. I don't know who you think you are, mister. But I got a score.
Apparently it isn't a general options, Blizzard disable and hide. Oh. This window's in the way.
Let's get a move on then. Move out.
Only during fight after each movie is played once. Disable that.
A lone orc against the might of the Alliance?
They really screwed over people who want the dog pets, didn't they? They got rid of like all their abilities, or do they only just have one to begin with? Because that makes them kind of crap. I'm just noticed their pet bar is essentially empty. I'm used to it being just completely full with like spirit beasts and stuff. To be fair, it also used to be full playing the pterodactyl as well, because they used to have slow fall, which is now gone. I haven't seen it come back.
That was sour fight before. The Horde commander at the last game. Such a tragic end.
Also, yeah, I just noticed that is broken on this character as well. Probably wasn't the warrior, I just didn't notice. The UI is the default LVUI one and not the mask skin I have installed, because it just keeps turning it off on random characters, but not on other characters. Kind of irritating that LVUI's like shared profile isn't actually shared. Features just keep turning themselves on or off, depending on how it feels that day. I had to literally close the game and reopen it again the other day because it just turned off health bars on everything and refused to turn them back on. Which appears to be a bug that occurs with, so when they're going AFK, like when it brings up the AFK screen, sometimes it just disables health bars and won't turn them back on. Because it did it before. I can't remember when it was. I don't know if it was on stream or not. I'm pretty sure it was when I was playing my druid. But it just turned off the health bars and everything. And wouldn't turn them back on. Like, no matter what I did to re-enable health bars. Because obviously, normally it's on V to do that. But if the, like, AFK bug occurs, that just does nothing. I tried doing the Shift V and the Control V, which I'm pretty sure just does, like, friendly and all health bars or whatever. It just wasn't doing anything. I just have a lot of weird issues with LVUI occasionally. Most of the time it's great, and then other times it just, you know, stops functioning or resets my UI or whatever. I might have to, have to update it to the latest version or whatever. It keeps telling me it's outdated. I'm pretty sure it's the latest version. But I'll try updating it after the stream. Hopefully it doesn't break everything. The only thing I'm worried about is it just resetting all the UI again.
It was nothing, Your
Make a
Majesty.
backup of the config folder and stuff.
I'm proud of my king.
send out another regiment for storm. Right away, Your Majesty.
I should really swap kill command around and put it on 1 instead.
Everyone, I think I've perfected a plan that will destroy all life on Azeroth. 2 oozes, 1 room. So many delightful possibilities.
I don't think I'm going to make it. Ready to work. More work.
Why is there just the random orc from Warcraft 3 that pops up occasionally? It's just ready to work. Just, it sometimes plays and other times it doesn't play. It's very confusing. I'm guessing a bug is still following me considering I'm still in combat. I'm sure it will catch up. Yeah, let's just put those in the totem. I mean, normally we have a section talking about TV shows and stuff we've been watching, but honestly, I've kind of stopped watching stuff again. Well, say that. I've been watching, like, Mandalorian and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that's it, pretty much. I've been trying to find, like, more interesting, weird... Those are threat indicators, nice. I'm trying to find, like, more weird, little, interesting 80s stuff to watch, but I've not really landed on anything yet. I did finish the first season of Penny Dreadful. I don't know if I mentioned that on a stream or not yet. I don't think so. Finished the first season of that. It's, questionable. I don't think I'm a fan of it. I know a lot of people are, because it's like super high rated and stuff on IMDb and things, and I'm just like, I don't get it, personally. It's just not for me. Feels like it kind of tried to do the Game of Thrones thing of having like a whole bunch of different plot lines going at the same time, but only one of those plot lines was actually interesting and well written. So I just didn't care about anything other than, well, no, say actually 2 characters. There were 2 plot lines that were cool, neither of which actually got a conclusion at the end of the first season. They're just left completely open. Do that's it. Next season. And also the way they ended... where's my dismiss Pepman there? The way they ended the one storyline that does get a conclusion in the first season. Oh fuck, I keep messing that up. I'm not used to using the, like, the hunter drop mechanic. I've always just taken it or used the slow fall from the pterodactyl, and I'm having to get used to that, and I just keep mistiming it. I just end up hitting the floor and then leaping backwards once I've already taken all the damage. There's not much point in that.
Even dying here beats spending another day collecting
Yeah, the way they actually end the one plotline that does get a conclusion just isn't very satisfying either. I mean, it's a few years old now, so I feel like I can kind of go into things a little bit. So basically, it takes a whole bunch of, like, literary horror stuff and gives it kind of like, I guess a modern twist on it, right? So they do Frankenstein, Jack the Ripper and Van Helsing. Jack the Ripper being a real thing, but they put like a fantasy twist on it. They don't really touch on that. They just toy with the idea in like the first 2 episodes of characters introduced, and then it's never mentioned again for the rest of the first season. Which also, the twist of is super obvious. It's a werewolf. Surprise! It's a very unsubtle show in the way it tells any of its stories. And then the whole Van Helsing plot, like, well, the Dracula plot with like Van Helsing and all the rest of stuff, that it, as a fan of the Dracula stuff, it's a very disappointing interpretation of Dracula. Because A, there isn't actually a Dracula. There's just generic vampires. Who are also just... you can shoot them. Like, they're just regular people with teeth and weird eyes and white hair and white faces. Like, they're people who can't go out in the sun and need to drink blood to live. Which... I mean, Moggs, the person I watched it with, likes that idea of just like, you know, they're just kind of regular people type thing, but to me, I really don't like that. I think that's really dumb. Because it just takes away like the whole sort of the mystique and the danger and the threat of them, because they're not really anything special. They're just regular people, but with disabilities, essentially. Which isn't a very threatening horror movie villain. Or TV show, right? If you can just shoot the monster, it's not exactly very scary. It'd be like if in, let's say, The Conjuring, right? Where it's this super powerful demon or whatever, and they just walked up to it and shot it with a revolver, and the film ended. It wouldn't be very spooky, would it? That's literally what that TV show is. Getting very distracted with this conversation. I just feel like you lose, like, you know, the scare factor and the spookiness of vampires if you just make them regular people with a blood disorder. It's an interesting interpretation in concept of, like, the vampire mythos, right? It applies, like a scientific explanation to it. It's not necessarily, like, a supernatural element or whatever. Which is fine. A lot of shows do that sort of thing, where they science-ify supernatural elements and mythology and all the rest of it. Like, I'm not against that. I just feel like in a horror thing, making the horror villain, like, type enemy, monster, whatever, the thing that people have to go up against, just making it completely redundant as, like, a scary monster isn't a great move. And also the fact that they just... Van Helsing shows up for like 30 seconds before his neck gets snapped in half. So he's useless. And then you have the whole, like, Mina Jonathan Harker plot, like the actual, you know, Dracula plot. But Harker is just already gone. He's dead or whatever. I can't remember. He just isn't in the show. So they've completely done away with all that, like, interesting stuff from Dracula. That's gone. So you just have the Mina plotline, but she's already, like, half a vampire, or maybe just a straight-up vampire. So there's no, like, what's the word? Like, drama with that and kind of a redemption arc, or saving her, or pulling her back from the edge, and all the rest of that you get from Dracula. Instead, she's just, oh yeah, she's a vampire. And I believe the line that the main guy says when he shoots her is, "I already have a daughter." And just shoots his own daughter. Because apparently he's traded her in for the adopted daughter model now. Like, what? It's just such a weird show. I don't get it at all. Like, the most interesting plotlines in it are the Frankenstein plot, which, like I say, does not get a conclusion. You just get Frankenstein's monster having the realization that just by liking somebody doesn't mean they have to like you back thing, and his whole, like, realizing that he's super fucked up mentally, not just physically. It's not about how he looks, it's about who he is. That's really interesting. And you have the Frankenstein plotline where he's, like, addicted to morphine and all these other, like, he's a really interesting character, has a lot of depth and, like, good and bad to him, and then you have his monster who also has a lot of depth to them, and he has a whole character arc, and they just don't conclude any of it in the first season. Like, they just, nope, come back next season, maybe you'll find something interesting in the show. And then you've got, like I say, the werewolf, potentially Jack the Ripper plotline. And that also gets, like, maybe 5 minutes of screen time. I kind of want to watch the next season just to see if they do anything with either of those characters, but I feel like I need to look up. Like when I tried to go back and watch Supernatural again, I looked up a guide of which episodes were actually just completely filler and you didn't need to watch them at all and nothing happens in them. I think I need to find that, but for Penny Dreadful, just to find out if there's just the parts of Season 2 where interesting things happen with Frankenstein or Jack the Ripper, because I don't care about anything that's going on with Miss Ives or Dorian Gray. Which is sad, because Miss Ives is Eva Green, who's great in most things that she's in. Just not a very fun show. Like, they just waste so much time on this plotline that I don't care about. It's just a bad retelling of Dracula. Because if the vampire that is there at the end supposed to be Dracula, there's no plot development for him, there's no character development for him, there's no distinction that he is anything different from any other vampire. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to watch the second season because the first season is a mess. And apparently it's really well rated, so I can't imagine what the second season's going to be like. I think we are supposed to be trying the new Penny Dreadful that has Natalie Dormer in, like, the Miss Ives role. So I'm curious if that is any better. Going by, like, the first episode description, which is all I've read about it, it does seem more like a detective drama thing than, like, the weird not Dracula plot of Season 1 of Penny Dreadful, so hopefully it's more interesting. To be honest, hopefully it just has... Oh, let's see. No. Oh, wait, we have other things to do on this character. Where's this gonna take me? Let's find out. Snoke Harbor Inn? Is that Borealis? I can't remember. Yeah, we'll give that one a go, see if that's any better. Hopefully it is. I like the concept of Penny Dreadful, like bringing together all these literary and sort of real life sort of mythology stuff, if that makes sense. Like Dracula and Frankenstein, and pulling in bits of real world stuff like Jack the Ripper and things, and combining that with like werewolf mythology, and it's a really interesting concept. It just wasn't super interesting in the way that they told it. Because the storylines I got interested in and connected to were the ones that they spent the least time on. The story they kept hammering on was just a bad retelling of a fantasy story that I really like. It was just a bit of a weird one for me, I guess. Right, while this flies over there, I'm just gonna get a drink. One second. On the better TV front, Mandalorian still not had a bad episode, in my opinion. The most recent one was really cool. Has a bunch of like really cool, like lore implications and stuff. And I'm curious to see where they go with it. And whether or not, those things will be used, or whether it's a matter of like, this is a big threat, we're gonna stop it, sort of thing. I'm trying to be intentionally vague, because I just don't want to like, drop any spoilers for anybody. I think the waiting window for like all Disney products or whatever is like 3 days or whatever, I think is the thing that they stated before like spoilers are allowed to be shared, but I'd rather not. Whereas things like, you know, Penny Dreadful, which are like 4 or 5 years old now, actually maybe longer. I feel like if people haven't seen it by now, they're probably not that interested in seeing it. Whereas like 3 days seems like kind of a small window for people to get to see something sometimes, you know? Also, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's the most recent season, I think, is on Disney Plus now. Like, they're slowly bringing it out episode after episode because it had some deal with like Hulu or whatever before it could come over to Disney Plus. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm hoping it has a good conclusion. It's kind of just the thing with TV shows that go on for so long, is that they need a good way to wrap everything up, and a lot of shows just miss the mark completely. So I'm hoping they wrap everything up nicely. Because in a weird way, with how the season is starting, it doesn't feel like an ending. Which makes sense because it's the start of a season, but it is the last season, so it feels odd that they're introducing so many new things right off the bat. Like, I'm just worried everything isn't going to get nicely wrapped up for the ending. I suppose they could always intentionally leave things open, but I don't think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is getting, like, picked up again for another season now. Pretty sure Marvel has, like, cracked down on anything that isn't directly made by them for Disney Plus now. Because, was it Runaways? That got cancelled. Which was pretty good, actually. As like a mutant show goes. Kind of, well, I say mutants, they're not actually mutants, are they? It does feel kind of X-Men-y with, like, their age group and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything's been just, like, shut down that isn't their main things, but also I don't think any of their main things have finished filming or whatever because of everything going on. But they're in kind of an awkward spot. I'm not actually sure if any of those Disney Plus shows have, like, a set release date anymore. Pretty sure they did before, but I've been keeping an eye on them. I'm pretty sure they swapped things around, right? Where, I think we're supposed to get WandaVision first now, which originally we were going to get that second. We are just getting nothing today, are we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that got all, like, switched around, so who knows? I should really have that on, like, shift, Q? Not bothered about doing any of the class order horse stuff on another hunter, to be honest. I can ignore the bird. To be fair, I do have another hunter to level still. I could take him through Calendar. Get the extra stuff over there for, like, Lawmaster and things. You can kind of just pick and choose zones now, so. Can't mount here. I beg to differ, there's a mount next to me. What flying speed have I got on this character? Oh. The one that isn't in the game anymore. Nice. Which means I have to spend all of this character's money to buy the better one. I mean, it kind of sucks we didn't just get an upgrade to the better flying. Considering new characters now can just buy the better one without having to go through the middleman. Wait, survival literally only has one page of spells? And then it just uses all the default hunter stuff, apart from the abilities it can't use because it doesn't use a ranged weapon. Probably should use more of the, no, there's more movement speed abilities for Worgen, I forgot. I was gonna say, I should probably use more of the Hunter toolkit. Because Hunters can do a lot, I just never use half of it. When playing Beastmaster, there isn't much need most of the time. Pretty much every encounter boils down to kill command, and then you just shoot it from a distance and everything is dead. No, you can't throw backwards. There we go. Goodness, if you could just throw over your shoulder. Although I feel like that would probably be abused in PvP and stuff. I mean, if they can limit abilities to one mode or another, I don't see why they couldn't add it to just dungeons. Would it really affect anything then? Make certain content easier because you could kite everything and throw bombs backwards, I guess, but... To be fair, it's not like you can't do that now, it just requires slightly more effort. I pulled everything other than the one that I thought I might pull because I got pretty close to her. And again, the hell? Oh, that should probably be my shift E.
Shut your jabber, drama man. The Monkey King got another plan. Tonight we got a Horkin show. An Ookin tale you think you know. That evil crone, she's not the worst. Another witch was nasty first. Mean Duker locked up all us hosen. Another path she should have chosen. So sit and slurp, relax a gibbet, enjoy the show that we call Wicked!
Lyra, come down from there. You're fluttering about like one of those horrible monkey creatures. We all deserve a chance to fly. Hey, do you really think the wizard will degreenify me?
Sure, I'll do. Well, this damage certainly feels better than the other two classes. Jesus. Cut through these two like butter on this hunter. And again, got cloth gear rather than mail. I seem to always get the armor for the wrong class from this dungeon. The reason I didn't stream yesterday, just on an off note, is something I've kind of realised which really sucks. Is that I think I'm developing some sort of what's the word? Basically, coffee doesn't suit me very well anymore, which really sucks because I really like coffee. And I was super tired yesterday because I've been staying up late, like leveling stuff. Like a dumbass. And decided, right, okay, I need some coffee. I need like a lot of coffee. To get me back up and going again. And then just end up with horrible stomach pains for the entire day. And basically getting nothing done at all. Which I thought originally was just going to be like, you know, the caffeine causing it, like too much caffeine. But I can drink sneaks and stuff fine, and that's caffeine. Like, it's not a small amount either. It's like 2 coffees worth or whatever, 2 black coffees worth of caffeine. Like, it's not... It shouldn't be causing... If it's the caffeine that's causing the issue in drinking coffee, then it should also cause it when drinking sneak, but it doesn't. Just when drinking coffee, which is super shit. Because I love my coffee, especially like the nice flavoured stuff that you get occasionally, like in grounds, not just like instant coffee. The proper stuff. Tastes so good, and now I just potentially can't drink it. I had one today as well, and it had the same effect. So, it's slightly worrying. Also, do just have a bunch of stuff going off right now, so hopefully get that sorted. Everything will be good. But we'll see. Everything's kind of up in the air at the minute. I'm hoping I can stick out streaming and stuff, because I mentioned quite a lot how streaming helps and stuff, and so does WoW. So I'm hoping I can get to enjoy and stream all the new expansion and stuff. It's just... can't really be certain of anything right now. Just gonna kind of be see how it goes sort of thing. I mentioned, got a plan for Shadowlands. I do hopefully want to, I guess I do everything on the main. We'll see what we do end up getting up to with alts and stuff, because eventually going to run out of content to do on the main, I assume. Once we've got all the mounts and stuff. We'll see about alt storylines. A lava quenched hoof plate. That's a gem, yep. Blizzard, please stop putting items in that look vaguely like the thing that gives you the item. Blizz. Stop. Right, well, let's see how this goes on a marksman hunter that doesn't have any gear. He's currently in the Eastern Plaguelands. Well, that might be awkward. I think I left him off here when I finished doing the Lawmaster stuff with him. The caravan. High-level dungeons often have a mythic difficulty mode, not available through the Dungeon Finder, but offering a great reward to brave adventurers. Yes. Pretty much every dungeon has a mythic mode now. Oh look, and my chat text is now back to being small. Go away, Matthias. Could I just do the world quest here? I probably could. Oh well. Where's the Salty Sailor Tavern? The fuck? Right, I'll be back in a minute. Hello. Right, where are we going? So apparently Volley is just on that bar for some reason. Nice. I guess we find out where this takes me. Also, there's the pilgrim thing right there. Oh, it's in Booty Bay. The innkeeper's dead here. Okay. Why was the innkeeper dead? Are there zombies here? Or, oh, okay, it's just people killing all the Alliance players or whatever. Fair enough. Have at it, boys. Here's the thing looking at all my alts now, where they all have their own sort of gear set or look, their transmog thing, right? One thing I don't have is one for the Death Knight Mechanome, because it's very awkward to actually get a good-ish looking set for Mechanomes. I don't feel like my current one is too bad. Like, I like these helmets that kind of combine with the Mechanome jaw to, like, create a full headpiece, essentially. That looks cool. I just need to get rid of the mustache, which looks kind of weird. Looks like he's chewing on something. Like, otherwise, that kind of just blends together with everything else. Kind of adds to this sort of, just going with like a sort of a Necron look with this character. But I haven't seen many in the way of plate helmets that kind of fit into that same category yet. So I feel like it might be a bit difficult for the Mechanome Death Knight to get that look right. Curious if they've added the Covenant stuff yet as seeable gear pieces. They have not. Okay, cool. See the stuff you get from whatever the middle place is called, Ouroboros? That gear is here, by the looks of it. You can see all the Castle Nathria and stuff, but yeah, apparently there's a world drop for the Pilgrim Hat, and there's a Pilgrim Hat quest. The Pilgrim Hat's limited to this time of year, or like the Halloween helm is. Which is so dumb. It's the same thing as like TF2, with like the Halloween items that you can only wear during Halloween, and then otherwise they just get unequipped. Although I'm pretty sure you can find servers for that game that let you equip them. Which is nice. Sorry, I was just grabbing a drink. Right. Let's go. And just do that. Slightly irritating it doesn't go around walls. Would have been nice, I'd have just killed Midnight in one barrage. Looks like. Yeah, I've also got some male shoulders to equip. Nice. I'll have a look at those in a minute. I am slightly worried about doing Mythic Karazhan on this character with 52 item level. I'm hoping all of his AoE kind of makes up for it.
Divide our efforts. I'll work to circumvent the tower's magical defenses.
I require
You
a
may
target.
need to take a more blunt force approach.
Let's have a look at these anyway. Okay, it's one of those, and it's one of these. Thanks, game. Oh, it's just like the old school green shoulder pads. That's fine. Oh, this is not gonna go well. Just how slow the fucking marksman is in actual combat. Especially doing this. This is not gonna... I'm not even gonna bother. Just go do ICC. In fact, we were getting beaten down by a random, like, mob, not even the boss. Very much not a good sign. I'll leave that until he actually has some better gear. Oh, yeah, let's go that way. Yeah, the mechanical dragon was definitely designed for the mechanomes, wasn't it? Like, it's the same color scheme as their... one of their armor types and stuff. Hold on a second, there's a mob here called a rat snake. Oh, they were introduced to call the rat population. I like how they have a little background description thing. Black rats are held in higher esteem, really? I'm only missing one battle pet from Elven Forest. Pretty sure I have all the Stormwind ones now. I think the rat was the only one I was missing. I have a feeling there's an achievement for that. Wow, let's just capture a pet in every zone. Not even capture all of them. In fact, every battle pet in the Eastern Kingdoms. Kalimdor. Somehow I've got more of the Kalimdor ones. Interesting. Oh, come on. Right, let's try for another pass. Do this with one hand while I drink with the other. There we go. Oh, my battery's empty. Your phone will shut down in 30 seconds. Thanks, Fen. That's fine. You can turn off. We're hoping it doesn't make a bunch of noise when it turns off, because that would be awkward. I have it on silent, so hopefully not. Oh, it did. Sorry. And raid 25 heroic, please. On me. I'm curious, do we actually have a starting location for Shadowlands yet? Like with BFA, everyone was waiting at the sword or whatever. I'd assume it would have been ICC's where it starts. But I've not really noticed people amassing here yet. Unless everyone's gathered at like the Argent tournament grounds or something.
outcome, they will know that we fought with honor. That we fought for the freedom and safety of our people.
Oh wow, that random guy aggroed on me, not the guy I literally walked into.
Befouled hall.
Sure.
Steel your heart, and your soul will shine brighter than 1,000 suns. Instead of being falter at the sight, fall as the light rises to the Our march upon Ice-Crown Citadel begins now.
Nice. That went super well. I'm gonna need to empty my inventory once we get to the top, I think. What is that? Oh, the pumpkin bag.
You have found
Probably put that in my bank.
here, because you are among the few gifted with true vision in a world cursed with blindness. See through the fog that hangs over his words like a shroud. You dare trespass upon his power. This shall be your final resting place. All part of the Master's plan. Your end is inevitable.
Okay, and we've got thingy to do afterwards. Cool, cool, cool. $92 out of 93 items on 25 player heroic. It's the only thing I'm missing. Let them little mechanome legs go.
Clear extraction point within Ice-Crown. We'll try and rendezvous on the ramparts.
It is kind of funny having all the hunter talents and stuff on, like the Trailblazer thing, and then also having the pet that gives you the extra stuff. And then you pop your cheetah speed and you run faster than a person on a mount does. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun playing hunter. It's the only thing that Death Knight's really missing is just some maneuverability. I don't really mind the, like... Oh, I guess I play tanks, so it doesn't really matter, but I was gonna say I don't really mind the lower DPS of, like, playing Death Knight, just because it's... the survivability is so high. Doesn't really feel like a race to kill anything, it's more a, just a battle of perseverance playing Death Knight. Which feels right for their class as well. Like, their strength is the fact that they're, you know, unrelenting and undead, so nothing really bothers them in that sense. Also, their design very much does remind me of, like, the Death Guard from Warhammer. But, like, Plague Soldiers. Well, Plague Space Marines. We're supposed to advance into, like, the face of gunfire and stuff because nothing can slow them down or stop them. He's gone into a frenzy. I don't know why I'm even bothering to loot this stuff. Is that a single goggle? A safety goggle? Oh no, there is another one behind the one. Okay. Why does that? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, why does it just make me, invisible?
Soldiers, fall in! Looks like the Horde are coming to take another shot!
Yeah, well, may as well just pull everything and take it all to the boss, and then just barrage my way out again.
Me hand, Orc. We can't let you pass.
Behind you lies the body of my only son. Nothing will keep me from him.
I can't do it. Get back on your ship and we'll spare your life.
Just an ordinary
There we
gas
go.
cloud. But watch out, because
Oh Jesus! Why am I almost dead? Can't even tell where Festigot is in this room anymore. There he is. Is that the plague thing that he's supposed to do? Why? Why am I almost dead? Oh, I would have died if it wasn't for the Mechanome ability. Damn. I didn't actually realize he was a threat, to be honest. Was close. Oh no. Can I... Have I got healing items? I do. Mana. Cool. Be a bagel.
Jaina, why are you crying?
It was nothing, Your Majesty. Just... I'm proud of my king.
Secure the deck and prepare our soldiers for an assault on the upper citadel.
next to Rotface.
I'll send out another
The good
regiment
news
from
is
Stormwind.
that you left behind so much gas.
Oh, there we
I
go.
can practically
Right
taste
away,
it.
Your Majesty.
That one went far better. Did I not turn? I didn't. Forgot to turn the gas valve. Oh, that wasn't the mace I was expecting based on the picture it was there. I was expecting like skull on a stick, instead it's just a spiky ball. Interesting. I feel like that's kind of a common thing with the older items in the game. Like old video game covers or whatever, where they show you something real fancy to like draw you in, and then actually it's just, you know, like 10 polys. So that's actually pretty good here. Marksman definitely feels slower than the other two hunter specs. It's like playing a mage, it just has a whole bunch of like cast times on stuff. Still debating whether or not I stay up for the launch. No, I shouldn't, because I'm just going to be dead for the next day if I do. Like, the closer we get, the more excited I am. Just gradually increasing as we continue. I wonder if we'll see all these guys again at some point during Shadowlands. Especially with all these boys being rezzed during the pre-patch event.
My queen, they come.
Alright, Mechanim don't have that thing going. Oh, I can use disengage to do it, actually. Interesting. Do love barrage. Like in actual dungeons, it is a death trap to use it. You pop it off and you pull the entire dungeon. If you've not like angled it up a wall or something. Just the range on it is stupid. But running old content, it's wonderful. Deletes everything. I'm actually kind of tempted to make sure all of my hunters have like a marksman setup ready for farming stuff. Oh, still gonna take some full damage. Yeah, there we go. That was better than the first time we did that. Yeah, I have to make sure they all have a marksman setup just for barrage. Well, I think Beastmaster can take it, so it might just be worth setting up like a talent setup or something. I'm sure there's an add-on that lets you save talent builds, so I might have a look at that. The regular abilities of marksman are real slow, yeah. I'm better off just setting up a talent build for a Beastmaster.
Foolish croc! You brought my reinforcements with you! Arise, Argent champions, and serve the Lich King in death!
No! No! I do not
Does he say denied a death by flame? All the ways you can request to go, being set on fire does not sound the most pleasant.
Worthy of the title of champion.
Maybe like death by drowning or something?
The loss of our comrade
Something that's supposedly peaceful, not, you know, being set on fire.
crusade.
That's gonna leave. Yep.
Beware the dangers that lie ahead. And do try to remain in one piece.
Might have to look up how quickly it... Well, how long it takes to get through all the content that's going to be in launch. I'm just wondering, sort of like a time frame on when I can start doing farming for stuff again. Pardon me. Because I do want to clear everything new first. I also don't want to rush through it. I'm not bothered about like trying to get ahead of the pack or any of that stuff. Just kind of want to sit down and enjoy the whole thing. Got barrage back yet? There we go. Dealt a lot less damage than I was expecting it to. I was hoping I could just spin around the room and kill everything, but it only did like half health on some of those Nerubians. Have those two alive as well.
My inventory is full.
Oh. Whoops. How much trash is in here? Oh, a lot. Oh, I didn't mean to sell that. Sell that back. That's not soulbound now, is it? No, bind on equip. Food. Sell all those. Oh, weapons. And all of that. I forgot 3 is a charge on this character as well. I just need to spam 2 on marksman. 2 and 4, I think.
You are fools to have come to this place! The icy winds of Northrend will consume your souls! Now, feel my master's limitless power and despair!
Oh, I was hoping that'd cut her off, but no. God. More greens. Anything over here? Even more. Literally nothing new though. Fortunately. Oh, there's a wrist. Oh, I literally can't see them on the mechanism. Can't see the gloves either. See the belt. That one's not too bad. Going with like a purpley set, I guess. Kinda got like an orange tint to the top of it. Can't see the legs either, all those boots. Look at that, because it's tabard. And can't look at any of those either. That's unfortunate. Yep, I think I'll make this the last one for this stream. I'm debating whether I risk having another coffee or not. And then trying to get something done. I'm also debating whether or not I go level the druid, because it's only got 3 more levels to go. Or whether I go work on the game some more instead. Last time I was working on it, I was making like a rather complicated computer console asset. Complicated as in, like, level of detail. Well, and complicated to make. But just need to figure out a way to minimize the level of detail and stuff on that. There's a lot to do. This effect always messes with my eyes. It always makes me feel like I'm moving backwards. Come on, Arthurs. Hand over the horse. It's the last run before Shadowlands comes out, and then I'm not coming back here for probably a couple months. Well, probably a month. But still. Please. It's literally the only item I haven't got from 25 player heroic. This description of the player character there isn't actually entirely wrong.
Shatter these bonds.
It's kind of our player actions that lead to everything that's happening in the Shadowlands. God fucking damn it. Well, Guess that's that. Well, and Bolvar's up there now. It's been fun, this kind of mountain farming journey over the last few months. But it's kind of come to a close. I mean, we'll still be streaming. Gonna be streaming probably tomorrow and probably every day for like the next month until we've finished everything in Shadowlands. And probably some mountain farming along the way there too. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry it's been kind of hit and miss lately, and also been kind of half dead today just because of lack of sleep and stuff. But thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, back in tomorrow. Probably every day this week now, if I can keep it up. Wednesday might be a bit of a awkward one. It might be a late stream rather than my normal, like 12 till 3-ish. I know we ran till 4 o'clock today because we started later. But apart from that, should be every day, like 12 till 3-ish, maybe go a bit longer here and there. But I guess watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys again very soon.